absolute normie, this player saw all these choices and then decided to pick Pikachu. Unlikely to be that good at the game, but annoying nonetheless. Slightly less normie than Pikachu mains, but still pretty normie. Tend to be the type to hang back and spam projectiles. Probably pretty loud and passionate either way. Twitchy and hair trigger, these players will slam their abilities the moment they catch sight of an opponent. Alternatively, they will be some of the calmest players, unfazed by getting caught or losing. Either way, they will probably miss all of their razor leaves. Almost definitely sporting an ego. Whether or not that's justified depends on the player. Tend to be muscled, but not always. Likely to be poor losers. Terrifying. A good Gengar can be everywhere at once, leaving opponents watching their backs. Likely has a creepy laugh or smile. Smug when winning, but dead silent when losing. If you encounter one of these players, back away slowly and don't make eye contact. Don't even try to reason with them. They don't operate on any logic familiar to us. They don't play to win. They don't even play to have fun. The closest we can guess is that they play to watch the hope die in your eyes. These players are about as apathetic as you can get. They just play to chill and have fun. Winning is optional. Likely plays while lounging on a bed or couch. These players enjoy the simple things like food, sleep, and the frustrated screams of their enemies stuck in a CC chain. Likely to be on the heavy side, but not always. A socialite. By themselves, they're harmless, but with friends they become a much bigger problem. Likely always planning a get-together or something similar. The emo kid. This player thinks they're edgy playing the disaster Pokemon, but in reality, they're just on the Z main. Super dangerous when fed, but useless when behind. Either a fanatic fan of the Pokemon from the movies, or a weeb who pick the closest thing they can get to Goku. Both have a tendency to jump into a group of enemies and mash attack. Sometimes this works. Sometimes. The Gladiator. These players love nothing more than diving into combat and coming out the other side with a pocket full of Aeos and sliver of health. They hate starting with Sand Attack and are glad it's the first ability to go. We either go 10 and 0 or 0 and 10. The odd one. This player does their own thing, no matter what. A good Questel is 5 steps ahead, predicting exactly where you go. A bad one will accidentally trap their own teammates and waste their abilities. Or they can just spam Accessor. That works too. Spiritually linked to Lucario players, this Pokemon stands as the Naruto to Lucario's Goku. They like to think they're the masters of deception, but the clone's poor AI leaves their disguise paper thin. Master ninjas, they are not. The definition of a speedster. Talonflame players have a tendency to rush into things, mostly because they're the only ones who can. Tend to be the first to run when things go south if they haven't already been focused down. A good Talonflame will often ensure that things don't even have time to go south. However, the main problem is getting these headstrong players to play with the team. If Snorlax is the king of CC, then these players are the queens. These players love nothing more than freezing those peasants solid. Similar to Wigglytuff players, they're almost always tagging with someone else. The meta player. These players play to win. Like to think they can pull off masterful plays with dashes and combos. Chances are, however, they'll mess up their tricks and just resort to spamming attack. The most honorable among them will insist that their character is balanced despite the evidence. You really can't call these players risk-averse, running straight into danger despite their fragility. Likely to rage when things go south, though they might not admit it. The nice one. These players just want to help, mostly because that's all they can do. If they want to get some points or kills, they have to pick a different character. They absolutely despise when their character goes on to do something stupid and throw that lead. The Mimer. Instead of one of the many powerful monsters, they choose the bird, with no gag reflex. Nobody knows what will come of it, not even them. Will almost definitely lose 4 games in a row in order to get that one win.